Guys, we're hopefully going to be wrapping up this mini split install. We have everything looking good, but now we have to run the power. So I have to get a power line from here, which is way down there, over to here, where the breaker box is. So I'm going to be running the mini split straight off this outdoor breaker box. And I want to keep the run as short as possible so that we don't have to buy more wire than needed. So I'm going to go try to do a straight run diagonally under the home, straight through. Well, you guys can see how this is built under here. The conduit's going to have to be pretty low, but I'm not going to bring it down to the ground like you might typically see. So I think I'll work my way from the panel to the steps, and we'll start with a elbow dropping down out of the box perhaps. I guess I'm starting with this little bad boy right here. We're going to get an elbow or L, a bend, glued up on the end here. You know, this is my first time using gray PVC cement like this. I have something started here. I'm gonna go under the house, connect up some more of these pieces until we get a nice run going, so I can get this situated where I want. Like I said, this is not going in the ground. It's just going to be kind of coming down and straight over. I just want to make it as easy as possible. It's a mobile home. It's not a big deal. Sorry for not taking you guys under, but I just got a bunch of pipes glued up going pretty far over there. I wanted to get it so I could suspend it, and I'll show you that later, but it's held under the home with zip ties, so I kind of know where it has to be now. I'm just going to estimate how much drop I want. We're going to cut a piece. And once I get this end figured out at the box, I'll be able to do the other end.
I'm having that tonight.
And I'm going to glue this little fitting right on the top. That's going to come into the box. Too late. Oh man, Spider City. We got this cleaner than it was. I got one of my holes punched out. So we're going to get this in here and hook it up. Now, I know there's some open holes here. We had taken out some old broken conduits. We're gonna cover those. I don't have covers today, but we're gonna buy covers and close this up properly so that spiders don't keep getting in.
Done?
Now I'm gonna go under the house and try to get the conduit exactly where I want it and tighten down, and then this end should be good where it is. Okay, so now we've pretty much made it to the end here, and I have to poke the conduit out here to my disconnect switch. Every AC needs a disconnect. I'm having trouble finding placement for this one. I don't want to put it up on the house because I don't want any leaks in their siding. So I was thinking about putting it here, but I'm having trouble getting the conduit to it properly unless I drop it down really low. So I was thinking about wedging it right over here against the skirting and coming through the side. That'll keep it the highest off the ground and the conduit the safest. Should we try it?
Yeah.
So the idea is I'm going to glue this up so that it's like this. We'll try it. Guys, I wish it wasn't so dark today, but you see the conduit here? I wish I could show you this better, but it's going right there. inside there. And going all the way over to the box, all the way over. Coming over here, I do have it suspended. It's hard to see. There are straps. Comes over, up. Okay, we're trying to tidy this up and be done with it. What I want to do is get it to go through here. Okay, make a hole. Make a cut. Make a cut. Let's hope that'll work. That's not bad looking. Got it to go through there. Good. Now that we have our conduit run from our electric panel to our cutoff switch, I have to run power from this switch to the unit. I bought myself an appliance whip. It's just a flexible conduit with the wires already ready to go. So we're going to run this from here to here. That looks good.
The power thing is completely dry. Can I wash my...
I got it. There it is. That's the whip done. I'm going to get a strap so I can strap it up to the wood. And otherwise, I wanted it off the ground so that, you know, it's just not getting hit with a weed whacker or anything like that. You know, I think that'll be good. Now that I've run all the conduit, I can guess, based on how much conduit I used, how much wire I'm going to need. We used less than 5 pieces. They're 10 feet long, so that's less than 50 feet of wire. That means good. I'll get 50-foot spools, and we're going to run wire. It'll be done soon. All right, we are back and ready to do the wiring. So let's get the box open once again. All right, I'm just gonna spray this with some cleaner to help deoxidize those contacts.
There you go.
So there we have it, 30 amp breaker installed. Actually, this was installed. I took it out so I can clean it, but that was already in here. Since we have a pretty long run, I'm gonna fish this wire pulling tape through the conduit, and I'll pull the wire up through. Okay, here's the end of the reel. Now I can attach my new wires to this and I'll pull them through. So this is what we picked up. We got 3 spools of 10 gauge wire. We're going black, red, green. This is a pretty basic hookup. There's no neutral. It's just hot, hot, and ground. So let's get those pulled. To make it easier, I don't know if I have anything, but let me see if I can find something that'll fit in that hole so we can set these spools together. Maybe this hole saw extension will work. That's perfect. So now somebody can hold this and I'll just pull these wires right off the spools. I have Evie on the spool duty. I'm going to start pulling and hope this comes through with one piece. man, it's getting tight. I hope I don't lose my wires in here. If I pull too hard, I'm going to lose my wires. The tape's going to come undone. And then I'll have to pull the wires out and start all over. Oh, there they are. We got it. We got it. That was getting a little scary. If I had upgraded my conduit to a 3/4 inch, that would have been a lot easier. I should have done that, but we got it done. Let's get rid of these damaged ends. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see any of this with my hands in the way, but this is pretty basic. We're just going to connect the ground wires down here on this block, and then we're going to connect the black and red here and here, and that is what's going to connect this all together. And this is a disconnect switch so that we can safely disconnect the Minisplit for service. Make some loop-de-loops. So there it is, kind of hard to see, but line in, load out. Each box is probably a little different. You just have to read what's required. And there it is. On, off, should work. They have little washers on them. You know, I'm leaving some excess wire in here. I like to do that just to be safe. Strip a little bit. Now these I'm going to do a little bit different because these have screw terminals and they're quite small. So I don't think that I'm going to be able to get these fat wires under the terminals in a safe connection. So what I'm going to do is put some little spade terminals on the ends of these wires so that I can get them under the screws properly. Right.
Because these windows are just going to counteract what it's doing.
Okay. I'm going to use a ring. Oh, it's so bright out here. For the ground.
Still sort it and stuff behind the scenes, but we don't need daily deliveries.
Yeah.
Especially when like 90% of what you get is junk mail.
Yeah, it is.
Paying all those employees and gas.
Okay, there it is. Ground and power all hooked up. Looks good. Well, now we have to do this end. This is the last of it, guys. Once this is done, we could turn it on, technically speaking. We are done. So let's finish up this box by sealing up those holes on the bottom. I bought some caps to get these knockouts sealed so we stop having spiders in here. Okay, that's better. If we did everything right, we should be ready to turn the power on to the house. Power's on. We should be able to turn the breaker on to the Minisplit. Power's on. Good. We should be able to turn this on to the Minisplit. And if we come inside, oh, it's on. Let's see, where's the remote? I don't know if it's working yet. I'm testing it. Well guys, change of scenery. We're back at home, and what happened was a disappointing end to a long couple of weeks where we've spent days and days and days sweating installing this mini split unit. Cost over $4,000, a lot of money, a lot of time put into it, and it's not working. Guys, I turned it on and it's just blowing warm air. There's no cold at all. I'm checking the outdoor unit, no cold at all coming off the pipes. It's just not working, and I was feeling a little bit sick. So we just turned the camera off and we focused on it. We're just looking at it, we're turning it on and off. Nothing, can't get it to work. I'm panicking, like worst case scenario. What did we have, a leak? Did everything leak out? Are we dead? So I did some troubleshooting at home. I called Pioneer and I talked to the tech support, and he walked me through some steps, and he found a step that I missed. He asked me about the master valve. I did not even know there was a master valve. When we installed our mini split units at home, these single units, there was no master valve. I don't even know. So this is news to me. Let's head back over there and take a look at this master valve and see what we can make of it. So let's see what we missed in here.
That thing.
This. Right there, guys. Yep, same Allen wrench. So I guess we just open it. He just told me to open it.
Fully.
I'm getting nervous. I expected some kind of sound like a gush. Didn't do anything. So I go all the way out, I'm guessing, till it stops.
Okay. Put the cap back on.
Now I'm going to turn the power back on. Okay, power's on. Did we try it?
I don't see anything on the list. It's all E stuff and F.
I think ours says that sometimes, actually.
Close the door.
Good idea.
Put it down all the way.
Okay, it's all the way low on AC. I'm afraid.
I think it's getting cold.
That's definitely cold.
Yeah. I feel it back here. Feel it back here.
I was holding the pipes out there and I could feel them starting to get cold.
That worked.
That's what it was, the valve wasn't open.
So dumb. I said there must be something on the unit.
Okay, that's a good sign so far.
It's working now.
That's cold.
Let's test the other units too.
We just went through the house, we checked all 3 units. We have them all running, and they're all cold, and everything seems to be working right now. We're gonna leave these running so that next time when we come back, the house should be cooler. We have them set at 82. Even though that seems high to many people, it's actually gonna be a lot cooler than the house was. And our goal is to eventually, we have some shades on the way. We're gonna get shades on the windows. We don't wanna be running these and just having it competing with all the windows trying to keep the house cold, because these windows are single pane glass, aluminum, mobile home windows. They have no insulating value at all. They're extremely hot. Evie can't even open them sometimes because the metal gets so hot. So our idea is to get some shades to help block some of the heat and create some insulation so that we can run these a little more efficiently. So for now, leave them at 82. That'll give them a chance to run, keep the house cool. When we come back, if it's still working, that's a success. That means no leaks. And then we can also check for condensation. We'll be able to look at our lines, make sure there's nothing going wrong with our lines. If everything's dry, we can box in our line sets in the closets. it's gonna be awesome. But right now, you can't feel it, but this is blowing cold air, and that is a success today. That was quite the journey. Mini splits installed, one big outdoor unit to run 3 mini splits, cooling the whole home. I think the placement of this was perfect because it blows really good all the way into the kitchen. You could probably feel it where you are. Mission accomplished. I think that's all I can handle for today. That was stressful. Guys, I thought I messed up. I said, what did I do wrong? I had to keep checking and rechecking the wiring, the connections, the coolant lines. I was like, what am I doing wrong? And luckily, Pioneer had somebody ready to answer my questions and walk me through the system, and I realized I forgot one thing, to open the master valve. So there it is, the outdoor unit working. I don't know what it sounds like on camera, but it's not too noisy. Some people were wondering why we put it in the front of the house. You can see it's actually not that noticeable when you come up to the house from the road. It's behind the deck area, but it actually is a more safe location. We live in a safe area. This is a safe area, but with that in front of the house, I think it's less likely to be tampered with because we have neighbors all around and nobody's going to want to sit in the front yard trying to steal anything. It'd be much easier to steal in the backyard where it's more private, even though everybody can still see. So I feel like that's a safe spot, and it gets the most shade. That was one of my biggest things, is the back of the house gets a lot of evening sun, and I don't want the unit being in the sun all night. So we put it here. The shade is going to be over it, it's going to run efficiently, and it's just a good location for it. It's safe, it doesn't look that bad, and it was a good location to run everything to, and it's going to be in a good, efficient, shady location. It's not shady right now, but it gets shade. I think that's all the questions I can remember right now, so we're going to call it quits. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.